Hey guys, Trevor Fitzgerald here. Got a quick little tip. Involves tungsten weights. One of the common problems with tungsten weights is after use or after some fish catches, the paint starts to wear off or chip off a lot of times with these tungsten weights. So I'm going to show you a quick little tip on how to fix that problem. It involves a torch and a bucket of ice cold water. The colder the water, the better. So what we'll do, get a good flame going on the torch. Okay. Nice pair of needle nose pliers, nice and long, so we don't get burnt ourselves. Use caution doing this because this is going to get extremely hot. I'm doing it on a concrete floor inside of my garage, a well ventilated area. If you accidentally drop it, it won't burn a hole into something. So just hold it with the pliers and hold it directly into the flame. Now what you want to do is get this as hot as possible, preferably glowing orange, and it's going to change the coloration of the tungsten weight. You can do this with weights that have paint on them, just like this one does. It just burns right off, won't hurt nothing. Or you can do it with tungsten weights that are with no paint, they're just silver. So now we got the paint starting to burn off of it. It'll just burn off. This takes a little while per weight, because you got to get it really, really hot. You got to get it extremely hot so it changes the coloration. What it'll do is it'll turn the weight like a darkish purple, almost a blackish hue that's permanent. Once you do one weight, you'll never have to do it again. So you don't have to worry about any paint chipping off or the weights getting worn through use. And I personally like to do it because it's a confidence thing for me. I don't like starting my day or starting my tournament with a painted weight only to have half the paint chip off or wear off halfway through the tournament or halfway through the day and have some silver showing. It ruins my confidence personally. I like to start with the same color weight and end with the same color weight. So now it's starting to get pretty hot. All the paint is burned off of it now. Starting to kind of get that orangish color to it because it is so hot. And this is a 1/2 ounce weight that I'm doing here. I do this with all my tungstens. I do this from all the way from an 1/8 ounce up to a 2.5 ounce flipping weight. Your worm weights where you're dragging on shell bars or rock bottom and the paint constantly wears off. Do this, you won't have to worry about it again. So I think we're about there. It's gotten really, really hot now. Again, use caution doing this. Do it in a well ventilated area, concrete floor. We'll flip it over just to get the nose real good. Alright, now what I'm going to do, now that I got it pretty much glowing orange, I'm going to dip it in this ice cold water. And again, the colder the better. So I've actually got some ice cubes in there. Make sure it cools off real good. Turn your torch off so you don't burn yourself. Make sure it cools off real well before you touch it. Nice and cool. Now you can just take your finger and get whatever particles are left on it, and there you go. A dark purple blackish hue that'll never wear off. Works on any size tungsten. It has to be tungsten. Don't try this on lead. The lead will actually melt. Okay, so ever since I figured this out, now what I do is I buy my weights, all my tungstens, just plain silver. Now I don't even buy them with color on it. You can do the same process I just showed you. If your weight has color on it, it'll just burn right off. There's no problem doing that. Picasso just happens to be the brand I use. I buy them all from Tackle Warehouse. It's a great insert-free weight. Doesn't chafe your line or anything. The reason I use an insert-free weight is because I'm going to burn it anyways. So if you burn it, you're going to melt the insert right out of it. All right. So Picasso is the one I like and I use. And then what I do is I'll buy a bunch of them from Tackle Warehouse at one time, and I'll just sit in my garage on a rainy day like it is today and get a bunch of these done at one time. And this was originally a silver weight that has been burnt, just like I showed you here. These two are 1.25 ounces. So that's how they look when they're done, which is exactly how this 1/2 ounce that I just did ended up. So that's the tip. You know, I recommend doing it to all your tungsten weights. I think it helps a lot. It takes some time to do it. You know, just sit down and go through your weight box, do them all in one day, and you never have to worry about it again. So that's it. Take care.